69th Street train making all stops. Doors are closing. Please stand clear. A train to 69th Street. Doors are opening. Please stand clear. Next stop, Adtranz Transportation Center. Next stop, Church.
Yep, we know them and love them, the Adtranz M4. Today's video, I'm not going to be driving or riding train or buses. I'm going to be telling the story of the M4S and how they help the Market Frankfurt line. Now I will be using content for the video, such as for Adtranz M4 first day of service, for anybody content I used in this video. I will put the credited text on the side. Let's go back to March 7, 1990. On this date will tell us why was the Bud M3S retired and why the M4S were replacing them. At 8:20 a.m. a westbound 69th Street was just leaving 30th Street on rush hour. An electric motor underneath the third car came loose. It dragged along the tracks, tore up wooden ties, and ultimately tripped a track switch. The impact caused the train to jolt violently, throwing multiple cars off the tracks. The crash killed 4 people, resulting in the deadliest crash in SEPTA's past. And this is where the National Transportation Safety Board investigated into the March 7, 1990 crash, exposed maintenance oversight failures and operator impairment, which led to a complete overhaul of the Transit Authority's safety protocols. Blood tests revealed that the train's motorman tested positive for both, sorry for saying this, but raw cocaine. The Bud Company was not held responsible for the crash. Wait, what if they did that to get rid of them? Oh, you might be onto something.
CarlJohnson, did you take you damn pills today?
No, shut the Anyways, 5 years after the crash, SEPTA awarded Adtranz a contract to build 220 M4 rail cars for the Market Frankfurt line. These cars were numbered 1001 to 1220. Then the M4s got delayed. The first car was supposed to be delivered in 1996, but they delayed to 1997. Here's a clip of the first day of service. Year. That's why they were still there, because SEPTA didn't want to retire them until 1999, when the Bud cars had their final run and farewell trip. While almost all of the 270 was scrapped, SEPTA initially kept 5 for work train service before retiring them as well. Out of the entire historic fleet, only 2 were preserved. Here's where they went. Car 606 went to the Pennsylvania Trolley Museum in Washington, Pennsylvania. This car is on display and has recently been restored to operating condition. Car 618 went to Trolley Museum of New York in Kingston, New York.
Nah, bro. 218 was chiling in New York, but they took 218 to a yard in 2023, and 218 is in a bad condition. It looks rusted.
Thanks, bro. You might be seeing cars like 1103, 1104 coupled to completely different numbers now. It is a normal part of how SEPTA maintains the Market Frankfurt line fleet. While the cars were in exact numerical order on the day of the 2017 crash, SEPTA switches them up for 3 main reasons. 1. Repairing after major damage, orphaning. When car 1101 was destroyed, its matching mate 1102 was orphaned. When one half of a married pair suffers severe structural, electrical, or cab damage, but the other half is perfectly fine, SEPTA will strip the ruined car for parts. Take the surviving healthy car and pair it with another orphaned car from a completely different sequence to make a new, functioning 2-car set. 2. Routine maintenance and component swapping. An Adtranz M4 pair shares critical components, like air compressors and propulsion controls, across the 2 cars. If car 1103 needs major, time-consuming traction motor overhauls, but car 1104 is fine, mechanics will uncouple them. To get equipment back on the tracks quickly, they will couple car 1104 to a different available car, rather than waiting weeks for 1103's repairs to finish. 3. Consist shuffling in the yard. When 6-car trains are brought into the Frankfurt or 69th Street yards for inspection, married pairs are constantly uncoupled and reshuffled, because any M4 pair can electronically communicate with any other M4 pair. Yardmasters do not waste time putting the pairs in perfect sequential order, like 1101, 1102, 1103, 1104. They simply couple whichever active inspected pairs are closest to assemble a 6-car block.
Wait, trains can talk?
Yes, exactly. They talk to each other through a standardized digital language called Train Control Management System, TCMS, network protocol. When any two Adtranz M4 pairs are physically coupled together, an electrical connection block inside the coupler automatically links their data lines. This instantly creates a single, train-wide network, similar to plugging an Ethernet cable into a computer. The striking train, a non-revenue train led by the 1101-1102 married pair. Car 1101 was the leading car that directly struck the rear of a stopped train. The collision caused the front cars of the striking train to derail and sideswipe a third train moving on an adjacent track. The outcome, the crash significantly damaged the 1101-1102 pair. These cars were eventually stripped for parts and permanently retired from the SEPTA Market Frankfurt line fleet. The federal investigation into the 69th Street crash sparked a heated debate between SEPTA management and the Transit Workers Union. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, strongly pushed for inward-facing cameras to monitor operators. The union initially resisted, citing privacy concerns, but SEPTA ultimately moved forward with installing the cameras across its fleet to prevent operators from using cell phones or falling asleep, a non-revenue train led by 1101 to 1102. In July 2024, the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, SEPTA, awarded Hitachi Rail a $724.3 million contract to build 200 new M5 modern railcars. Production is underway at Hitachi's factory in Hagerstown, Maryland, with initial deliveries starting in 2029 and full delivery expected by 2031. Features: design updates include open gangways, digital wayfinding displays, designated areas for strollers/bicycles, and regenerative braking. This will replace the aging Adtranz M4. The first test/pilot cars are scheduled to land in Philadelphia in fall 2028. Initial production models will begin entering passenger service in spring 2029. The new M5 transit cars are coming because the current M4 fleet on the Market Frankfurt line is worn out, breaking down, and suffering from severe structural flaws. And I forgot to mention that the primary reason SEPTA has to replace the current fleet early is because the old M4 cars failed their very first engineering stress tests when they arrived in Philadelphia in the late 1990s. Initial testing showed the original car bodies were too flexible to handle the constant twisting, turning, and bouncing of the elevated tracks.
69th Street train making all stops. Doors are closing. Please stand clear. A train to 69th Street. Doors are opening. Please stand clear. Next stop, Paris Transportation Center. Next stop, Church. A wheelchair accessible station. Next stop, Erie Toysdale. Next stop, Tioga. Next stop, Allegheny. Route 6089. Next stop, Somerset Station. Next stop, Huntington.